Hi guys, welcome to my second walk. This one's just outside Bethgelert in Craftlewin National Trust Centre and includes two legendary origin stories. Stick around to find out who they're about.
So from the car park you just follow the path up round to the left, and from the map we're following the red dotted trail. It's listed on the National Trust website as a moderate walk, not wheelchair accessible. Some sort of slight uphills, as you'll see, about 2.5 miles in total up to Dinas Emrys and back down, taking in the Merlin's pool on the way. Lovely old residence, been reclaimed by nature. A couple of trees fallen over. As you can see, absolutely surrounded by the hills. Lovely nature-filled spot. And here comes Karen. As I say, we'll be following the red trail, which is marked on several posts. Looks like we've got a blocked off area up ahead. The trees came down in Storm Amy earlier this year. Came past the fallen tree and just carry on. Lovely blue skies. Lots of little pathways off the side to explore, but we're going to carry on following the red circle. And this is where you get the first hints of the legend. Beautiful carved bench hinting at the legend of the dragons. A lovely spot to just sit and take in all of the nature and dream of legends. Some beautiful old trees. Again, more paths heading up into the hillside. A little fairy entrance at the bottom of the tree. These trees are incredible. And just full of fairy magic, really. I don't know if you can see that on the direction post just there, being guided by the robin. Oh, it's just flown off. A bit rooty, walking up the path so you know what to expect. Sound of trickling water wherever you walk here. Oh yeah. And Robin's still guiding us on our way over the bridge. Yeah. You really do get a sense of history here with all the moss taking over. Going to have a peek through here. This isn't the way, it's back the other way. I just noticed the mushrooms growing on this fallen tree. Lots of star moss growing. Ferns. All the mushrooms just growing on that fallen branch. Right, back to the path. The sun just breaking through. The threshold. As you get to the top, the path divides, but well marked again. Sound of another stream. Bit of a cold spot, still a bit icy in here. Wow. Proper formed ice crystals. Just a bit tricky underfoot. Another wee bridge, surrounded by really healthy looking holly. Through the gate by the river. I know it's tempting to head up there. You can't get too far. It hits a waterfall just round the corner. That's the fort at the top there where the people are. Just putting Harry back on the lead as there's often sheep down here. Some of these trees just feel ancient. Oh, what's your foot in? Beautiful place to sit out in nature. Just coming back through this gap here, we'll come to the first of the pools. More to come on that on the way back. You've noticed here before, in the moss up there, there's a couple of wrens nested. It's been a cold night. The icicles formed on the moss. Beautiful. Just find your footing coming down this bit, roots and stones. Nature's artwork. Merlin's pool. We'll come on to this on the way back. Very much a part of the legend of Merlin and Arthur. So as I've mentioned in the past, growing up reading Lord of the Rings and Eldest and White Dragon Saga and things like that, I've always just loved the ideas of dragons. And when Karen and I met a few years ago and started going on our little adventures, first time we came here, it was just such a lovely walk, and we were able to just connect over being in nature and letting our imaginations run wild. Karen loves the fairies and the fae folk. I'm not opposed to it at all. I love the dragons, and Karen loves the idea of dragon energy. It's just a fantastic walk. Path takes you up and over the stile. Another stile to climb.
Bacon sausage.
Behind me are the foundations of what remains of King Vortigern's fort. You could see why he'd build it here. It's commanding over quite an important pass. But while the king was building the fort kept falling down. King Vortigern called on his advisors and he was advised to sacrifice a parentless boy. A boy was found and brought to King Vortigern. He convinced the king that the reason the fort kept falling down is because at the base of the fort there was a pool of water, and beneath those waters slept 2 dragons. After convincing the king that he shouldn't be sacrificed, the boy became known as Merlin, who we know from the Arthurian legends. Just leaving Vortigern's castle, and it's a short walk down to Merlin's pool. Now, I'm always drawn to the Arthurian Merlin stories and the stories of dragons, and the thought that this is almost an origination spot of the story of Merlin. This is where Merlin first appeared in certain legend lines, and with there being the dragons, that ended up being the Red Dragon of Wales and the Saxon White Dragon fighting. That's quite an important story to our legends, and it's nice to be a part of it and let my imagination run wild. And the walk's full of old trees that just feel like they've got a guardian energy about them. Like they're just holding the bones of those stories. I think I said before, I really struggle with understanding how someone like Tolkien could come up with all these races, languages, places, fights. So what if there is truth in these legends? I'm now walking where Merlin and Vortigern once walked and lived. How amazing is that? And now we're back at Merlin's pool. And again, with what I was saying about the trees, like ancient bones. Incredible. Such an amazing spot. The young boy explained to the king that the reason his castle kept falling down was because of 2 sleeping dragons at the bottom of the pool. And this is the pool where the dragons emerged, a red and white dragon that came out fighting. Eventually the red dragon won and chased the white dragon away, and this is where the legend of the Welsh dragon comes from, and why the Welsh have a red dragon on their flag. The pool itself just feels magical, it's just one of those places that fills you with wonder. Again, those guardian trees and little caves where magical creatures can hide. Incredible. Karen stepping through the threshold into a little fairy world. No trolls under there today though. Some more great trees up there guarding that footpath. We're walking back out towards the car now. Harry's enjoyed it. This part of the walk feels very magical. Lovely waterfall. And the moss on it just shows the ages. Very cool. all the routes. And there's the bench again. That's us back at the fallen tree where it's all cordoned off. Just got to the end of the walk. There's toilets here if you should need them, and a pay station over on the wall there, but due warning, it only takes coins, or you can scan your National Trust membership. The signal here, if you want to pay by phone, is absolutely horrendous, but it does give you the option to pay later. And at the beginning or end of the walk, you'll find King Vortigern's throne, or a mock-up of it. And usually this barn is open. It's not today because of the time of year. And in that barn you'll find the legend written out on the wall and illustrated on the wall for you to have a look at. The King Vortigern meets Merlin meets the two dragons story. Okay, so I'm hoping to put this onto my Ko-fi store as a PDF with the GPX route, a map and the legend in my own words. Hopefully there'll be a QR code there for you to get to that, should you so wish. Yeah, it's been an amazing walk, full of magic. Karen's gone back to put Harry in the car. So hopefully, if you enjoyed this, hit those like and subscribe buttons. Help this channel to grow and the legends to get to more people. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much.